Welcome back, Miami. It's time to talk real estate. And Wendy Chalssaint is here to talk about the South Florida market, plus routines and habits that will help any of us level up in 2023. Welcome to the show, Wendy.
Hi, how you both doing today?
Great, Wendy. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
So let's dive into the real estate industry. There's so many different perspectives when it comes to the market. What are your thoughts right now?
So the real estate market has been super crazy over the course of the last couple of years. We had the multiple offer situation. A lot of buyers were, frustrated because they were getting pretty much bid out by these cash buyers. So a lot of buyers backed out. Now, the great thing is that we're starting to shift more into a buyer's market, right? So that opens a lot of doors of opportunities for buyers. But if you're a buyer out there, I just want to tell you to definitely be patient and really give some time. Just make sure you have all of your finances and everything in order.
We've had a wild market here in South Florida. So it's
Yep.
been like ebbs and flows and ups and downs. So we're just all here along for the ride. So
100%.
let's talk about credit and financial literacy. I know this is step one in getting approved for a loan and a new home. So what do people need to know? Like, let's break down the basics of what do people need to know now about credit and financial literacy.
Now, it's extremely important to have your credit and your finances in order before you reach out to a lender to get pre-approved. You must know your financial situation. You must know, do you have any late payments? Do you have money that's saved? Do you have specific things that need to be paid off or anything like that? You must plan for that because making a purchase is a huge investment and you want to make sure that you're doing everything the correct way. So credit, for if you're going the FHA route, 3.5% down, right? And then you have a minimum credit score, although lenders prefer your credit score to be significantly higher. And then conventional minimum credit score is about 620. So make sure you have your credit, your finances in order. Do your research, know exactly what area where you want to go. Do you want a single family, condo, multifamily? Make sure that you do your research and you figure out exactly what you want to know. Local areas, A-rated schools, those are things that are definitely important. And on top of that, make sure that, do not switch jobs during the home buying process. Do not go and open up a new credit card. Do not do anything of that nature that will hinder you from getting approved because a lot of things can happen. But make sure that, you're saving as much as possible and make sure that you're working on your credit so that you can get the best option, the best deal.
Yes, absolutely. This is so good. So I know that also empowering women is very important for you too. And what is more empowering than owning your own home? So what ways do you tell women to encourage them, how about owning their own home? Can you give us some tips or help us out on how we can empower more women to own their own assets?
Yeah, so it's definitely important. I grew up in a home filled with successful women, so I learned a lot to be independent. And also, my father raised us as a single parent, and he instilled a lot of independence in having your own. He instilled education, getting your finances in order, and most importantly, owning property and having assets so that, you have your things in line and in order by the time maybe if it happens that way, you meet Mr. Right and that you have your own. Not saying anything negative about anyone that doesn't have their own by the time they meet Mr. Right, but just making sure that you are empowered, right? You have something, you have your own identity. You're not just necessarily depending on someone, but you're coming with something and that you are ready to go. There's no, you get out of my house, this is our home, we contributed, or this is my home as well too. So it's really important to continue to let women know that you can do this. You can have it all. You can be the super mom, the wife, the entrepreneur, and have the life that your heart desires. It's extremely important. So this year, we're going to have a lot of women empowerment events coming up where we're meeting like-minded individuals. We're empowering you. We're going to say positive affirmations. We'll send you off with a daily gratitude positive affirmation journal so that you can continue to empower yourself and let you know that you are beautiful and you are amazing.
Love it. Love it, Wendy. You're speaking my language. I'm such a supporter of financial sovereignty for women. So,
Awesome.
thinking from an investment perspective, how would you recommend considering starting building a real estate portfolio, especially specifically here in South Florida?
Yeah, South Florida, especially Miami, it's been pretty expensive, right? But when it comes down to building a real estate portfolio, you have to know what exactly do you want to get into? Do you want to get into rental properties? Do you want to get into crowdfunding, real estate investment, trust, wholesaling, flip, fix and flip? It really depends on which avenue you want to take. And that's why it's important for you to do your research, because there's so many you know, different options for you. Some have their advantages, some have their disadvantages, and it's really up to you to make that decision based off of what you're looking for or what your long-term or short-term goals are.
Love it. Well, we love all of your insight. So, people who want to know more and keep their hand on the pulse of South Florida, how do they keep up with you?
They actually keep up with me on social media. You can find me on wendysellsouthflorida.com if you're looking to buy, sell, rent and real estate, commercial, residential, or simply see me on Facebook or even out and about, because I'm always at some amazing, delicious restaurant in South Florida, meeting people and having monthly networking events.
Amazing.
Oh, I love it. So good to have you here with us. Stay with us, Miami. We are talking life insurance after the break. Do you have some? We'll talk about it next.